Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at ChicnScratch. This is the project we're making today, and it's the 6th project for my 12 weeks of Halloween. It's also the 3rd project for my Spooktacular Bash class packet. All the details are over on my website. Here are the supplies. We've got basic gray cardstock that measures 8.5 by 5. The making tape packets are going to come with 6 by 6 sheets of the paper, so I'm going to show you how to cut that for this project. Then we've got some Whisper White for the greeting, and then the silver foil, and that measures 1 by 2.5. And then I've got the black glittered organdy ribbon, and then some flax ribbon for the little bow right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut the paper first, so that way we'll get that out of the way. You're going to need 4 pieces that measure 1 7/8 by 7/8. So 1 7/8. And then 7/8 over here on this side is a little bit easier to see. So I'm going to use that measurement. So 7/8. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you need 2 pieces that measure 1 7/8 by 3/4. So the 3/4 is right there. And you need 2 of those. I can see my paper shifted there. There we go. Okay, so now this is your leftover paper. So you have plenty to make 2 of these boxes if you prefer, okay? Now let's get the Simply Scored scoring tool. We're going to place the Designer Series paper on the landscape side, which is the 8.5 inch side, and we're going to score it at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then we're going to turn it on the 5 inch side, which is the portrait side, and we're going to score it at 2 inches on both sides. Okay, fold on the score lines. We have made this box before, actually several times. I don't know that I've ever made it with Halloween though. So, okay, I'm going to take my bone folder and just burnish those edges. Okay, let's do some cutting. Let me show you the template. This is over on my website. This is box template 3B because you can make this box larger actually. So this shows how to cut and where to place the adhesive. Okay, so over here on this side, this 1/2 inch side, I'm going to cut on this score line and this one and remove that section. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. And then I'm just going to slightly angle trim that, okay? Now down here, we're going to cut up to the score line on each of these score lines. And the same thing over here. Okay. So now what you have to remember on this is that where to use your delightful tag topper punch. Any of our topper punches can be used on this project. So if you don't have this one, you can use the other one. But we're going to be doing the one closest to that 1/2 inch strip. Okay, so that's this one here. I'm going to place it in here. And make sure it's all the way in there. And then press. You're going to skip this one and do the next one, okay? Now we want to get the Simply Scored scoring tool, and we're going to score this at 1 inch. Okay, so placing it here, and I'm just going to go down the 1 inch line. Okay, so we're ready for our adhesive. I can tell I didn't do a very good cut on this piece right here. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to take our tear-in tape and we're going to place it on this little piece right here, this little 1/2 inch section. And then we want to place it on this bottom piece right here. Well, let me go ahead and just do this one so that way I won't confuse you. I like to always explain why we're adding it where we add it. So I'm just going to fold this over just like that, okay? So that's the seam. So that's going to be the back of my box. That's going to make this the front. So we always add our adhesive on the bottom front so that we don't see any of the seams. Whoops. Okay. Fold that over, and that. Now this is going to fold in just like that, and these are going to fold like that, okay? And the back of my box is back here. There's that seam. So this makes the front, okay? Now we want to add our designer series paper. I'm going to start with the 4 larger pieces, which is those. I'm just going to use my liquid glue. I'll do 2 at a time. I love making this size box. I'll show you in just a second what kind of candy fits in there, okay? Okay, now these 2. Okay, then our final 2 pieces. Okay, let me show you what fits in here. These little trolleys, you can get them at Walmart, a big bag of candy, the sour candy. My kids love sour candy, so those fit in there. You can also fit the little snack size Kit Kats. You can fit a couple of those in there. I just bought a whole new bag, well, like 4 bags of Halloween candy. There's a bunch of snack size that will fit in here, like the little Almond Joys, the little Reese's. So you have lots of choices when it comes to candy that will fit in here. They're usually the snack size though. Okay, so now we're going to take that black organdy ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's actually in our annual catalog. And I'm just taking 1 strand of the flax ribbon. You can use the white baker's twine. I like the flax because it's a little bit stronger or stiffer, or it's just a little bit easier to tie bows. Yeah. Sometimes I say the baker's twine has a mind of its own. And then trim this. Okay, so clean up the ribbon. There's that part. Now we're going to stamp our image. So I'm using Memento ink. And again, the stamp set is Spooktacular Bash. I think anybody would love to receive this box with some candy in it. I know I would. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the greeting with this framelit or this die, and then I'm going to cut out the silver foil with that one. So I'm going to move everything over and get the big shot. Okay, so I'm going to place the silver foil over here. Okay, we're just going to cut one out at a time. So now the greeting. Okay, let's get all of our pieces back in here. So we've got our silver foil here. I love this one. So pretty. And you don't have to push these little pieces out unless you want to. Okay, so now we're going to take the black Stampin' Dimensionals and add one right there in the middle. And then we're going to add it to this one. And then we're going to take the Monster Bash enamel shapes. Again, these are not included in the class packet. So when you're ordering your class packet supplies, you want to make sure you get these, because it includes all the paper, all the ribbon, the designer series paper, but it does not include the Monster Bash enamel shapes. And one over here. Okay, so now we're going to add the bird, and we're just going to add him right up here at the top. Okay, now for this one, you can add it with liquid glue or a glue dot. I'm just going to use my liquid glue. It's pretty easy to use. So I'm just going to turn that over, and we're just going to add the adhesive to this, to the back of the foil. Okay. Okay, so here's my original. Here's the one we just made. Pretty cute, right? Okay, don't forget, this is one of the projects for the Spooktacular Bash class packet. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks a lot. Bye.